In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 best budget cards at each position in NBA 2K23 My Team. So my top 5 best budget point guards, top 5 best budget shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. So just so you guys can see which are the best budget cards at each position right now in my team. So talking about the top 5 best budget point guards, at the number 1 spot, I do think is going to be the Galaxy Hito Turkoglu. You can't afford his hero version. He's going for like, I think 50 to 60k, but the one that you can afford that's only going for I think 15 to 20k is the Galaxy out of position one, which is pretty much going to be the exact same card, a 6'10" point guard, 6'11" wingspan with such a good jump shot with a John Stockton base, the Trae Young upper on very quick timing is number 1 a fast jump shot, and number 2 super easy to green. And then he also does have the Kyle Lowry size up. He's got the Curry escapes, a really good dribble sigs all around. I think Hito Turkoglu is definitely the best budget point guard right now in my team. Now coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be the Galaxy Jalen Rose. I think him and Hito Turkoglu are fairly close and pretty much the exact same point guard. Jalen Rose 6'8" at point guard with a 7-foot wingspan. I will say Jalen Rose is probably the better defensive card, but then Hito Turkoglu is slightly better on offense because Jalen Rose has got an 82 block, 91 steal, 92 perimeter, 90 interior defense. He's got great defensive tendencies with a 92 on-ball steal, 88 contest shot, 88 block shot. He's also got a great jump shot in my opinion with the Tony Parker base and the Kyle Kuzma upper on very quick timing. And then he also does have some of the best dribble sigs in the game with the Steve Francis size up, the Trae escape, the Zach LaVine behind the back. He's got the quick drops off one, front clutches all around. I think Jalen Rose is definitely the second best budget point guard currently in the game for only around 15,000, maybe 20,000 MT at the most for the Opal Jalen Rose. But now coming in at the number 3 spot, I do think is really close between number 3 and number 4. I just think KPJ is going to be slightly better than my point guard at the number 4 spot just because of the offense he does bring to the table. 6'6" at the point guard position, 6'9" wingspan, and I will still stand on that. I think KPJ's got the best jump shot, or at least one of the best jump shots in the game that I just feel like is super easy to green with, and that's going to be the KPJ base and the KPJ upper on very quick timing. He's also got the De'Aaron Fox size up, the Curry escape, so he can still create his own shot. He can move very well, and defensively not going to be an elite level point guard, but still can hold his own on the defensive end. And he's only around, once again, 15 to 20,000 MT, maybe even a little bit cheaper, like 12 to 15k. But at the number 4 spot, like I said, I do think is really close between a card like Dyson Daniels and Kevin Porter Jr. And the nice thing about Dyson Daniels, he's like under 5,000 MT, so he's one of the best cheap budget point guards in the game. 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. If you guys haven't tried this card out and you don't think he's that good, I would just give him a chance, man. I didn't think he was like that great of a point guard until I actually used Dyson Daniels. And man, is he actually super elite at the point guard position, because this jump shot's a lot faster than I was expected. It's such a good release, super quick. He's also got great dribble sigs. He moves really well for a 6'7" card. Like, he moves a lot faster than a Jalen Rose, than a Hito Turkoglu. Like, he moves really quick on that court. He's got great speed with ball. He bursts really well, and that jump shot, like I said, is super knockdown. And then also he's got great defensive stats and badges as well. Like, he's got Hall of Fame anchor, clamps, glove, interceptor, menace, off-ball pass, pick dodger, workhorse. He's got Hall of Fame claim breaker, quick first step, unpluckable, amazing all-around defensive stats. And I do think Dyson Daniels is the 4th best budget point guard currently in my team. But now to round off the top 5 budget point guards in the game, at the number 5 spot, I really do think it's close between a bunch of different point guards. I have Ousmane Dieng at my number 5 spot, but if you wanted to go for cards like Joe Ingles, cards like Isaac Bonga, Elgin Baylor, there's probably even a couple names that I'm missing, but those are also great honorable mentions that I will say for the top 5 budget point guard list. But Ousmane Dieng, just because he's 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan, and he's going to be an elite level defender, I think that height and wingspan does really make a difference. And I do think these are going to be my top 5 best budget point guards currently in my team. But now moving on to the top 5 best budget shooting guards, at the number 1 spot, I do definitely think is the Galaxy Luol Deng. Ricky Davis is really close to being a budget card. He's about like 35-40k, but I didn't want to include him in this top 5. But I just want to say, Ricky Davis, if you're willing to spend an extra like 10,000 MT, I think Ricky Davis is such a good shooting guard card, but he's not going to be considered a budget card. Luol Deng, though, I do think is the best budget shooting guard right now in my team for only about 10 to 15k. He's going to give you great size at that shooting guard position, 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. elite level defender with a 92 block, 98 steal, 98 lateral quickness, 98 perimeter, 95 interior defense. He's also super athletic of a card, and they actually gave him really good dribble sigs with the D Mitch size up, the Steph Curry escape, Dame behind the back. All around, this Luol Deng card is such an elite budget shooting guard that I do think he's the best in the game. But at the number 2 spot is going to be really close to the number 3 spot, and that's going to be the Galley Simple Richard Jefferson. And then at number 3, I do have the Galley Simple Shane Battier. I think they're very similar shooting guards, you know, in the sense that they both play elite level defense. I like RJ's offense a little bit more than Battier's. That's why I do think he's slightly better. But Richard Jefferson, a great defender, but he's a really good slasher. Like, he can get to the rim with ease, and he's got a 98 driving dunk, 97 vertical. He's got Hall of Fame bully, fast twitch, limitless takeoff, posterizer. He's got a great jump shot. I do like his jump shot even a little bit more than Shane Battier's. But then talking about Battier, this card's going to bring great defense to the table and a really good two-way shooting guard in the game, being 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan. Defense is super elite with a 90 block, 97 steal, 97 lateral quickness, 97 perimeter, 94 interior defense. He's got tons and tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges. I just like Richard Jefferson's jump shot a little bit more and think he's slightly better on the offensive end, but both are really close shooting guards for under 10,000 MT that are both going to be extremely good value at that shooting guard position. But at the number 4 and 5 spot, once again, is going to be really close, even though these guys are complete opposite shooting guards of what they do well on the court, but I do think they're really close just in level, and that's going to be the Galley Simple Michael Redd and the Galley Simple Jared Wallace. So talking about Michael Redd here first, he's just going to be such a great offensive shooting guard, being 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. But then you take a look at his dribble sigs. He's got the Darius Garland size up. He's got the Curry escape, Dame behind the back, quick drops off one, front clutches. His jump shot is absolutely money with the Derek Fisher base and the Trae Young upper, and then also does have the Trae fade. So offensively, for under 10,000 MT, Michael Redd, one of the best offensive budget cards currently in the game. And then talking about Jared Wallace, on the flip side, is going to be an elite level defender at the shooting guard position, 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. He's got 97 in the defensive category, great Hall of Fame defensive badges, and still is a very solid offensive card. Maybe not the best on the offensive end, but has a great defensive tendencies all around, great all around defender. And I do think these are going to be my top 5 budget shooting guards currently in my team. But now going over to the top 5 best budget small forwards, at the number 1 spot, I really don't think there's any debate, and that is the Galley Simple Kirilenko. I mean, this dude is still one of the best small forwards in the game for only about 25 to 30,000 MT, maybe even a little bit cheaper. He's still going to be one of the best two-way cards in the game, being 6'9" at the small forward position, 7 foot wingspan. We know he's going to be one of the best defenders, tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges, and then AK-47 also does have great offense with a super quick release, the Trae fade, and the Trae dribble sigs. So AK-47 definitely going to be the best budget small forward currently in the game. But at the number 2 spot is actually going to be the Opal Thurl Bailey. Now, whether you want to use the heroic one, who's like under 10,000 MT, or whether you want to spend like 35 to 40k and go ahead and get his hero one, they're basically going to be the same card. If you guys are working on a budget, or if you guys are rocking on a budget, then I would probably just go ahead and get the heroic version, because it really doesn't matter too much. He's still going to give you great all-around play, especially on defense, being 6'11" at the small forward position, 7 foot wingspan, and just all around a great budget small forward for under 10,000 MT. But at the number 3 spot is going to be an amazing offensive small forward, and that's going to be the Galley Simple Kyle Kuzma. The last time I did check the auction house, his hero one was about 25 to 30,000 MT, and that's going to be a super elite price tag for a card who's 6'9" at the small forward position, 7 foot wingspan. He's got such a good jump shot with the Kyle Kuzma base, the Kyle Kuzma upper on very quick timing is one of my more favorite jump shots in the game. It's just super easy to time and also a super quick jump shot. And then he does have the Kyle Lowry size up and the Trae escape. So Kyle Kuzma just gives you great offense for a budget small forward. And then talking about my number 4 and number 5 spot, I do think are going to be very close on skill level, and that's going to be the Galley Simple Cedric Maxwell and the Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender. The thing I like about Cedi is just his release. I think it's such a good jump shot. He's 6'8" at the 3 with a 7 foot wingspan, but this jump shot is so easy to time with the O'Shea base and the O-shaped base, and then the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. His size up maybe could be a little bit better than Carmelo Anthony, but does have the Curry escape, which does make up for it. And then talking about Jonathan Bender, he's just going to be a 7-foot small forward, 7-foot 4 wingspan, super glitchy of a card with great dribble stigs, the Trey size up, the Curry escape, and does also have a great jump shot. And I do think Jonathan Bender is going to be the 5th best budget small forward currently in the game. Now talking about my top 5 budget power forwards, there's going to be a couple repeat guys, including Thurl Bailey. I do think Thurl Bailey is the best budget power forward in the game, because I'll just say this right now, there's not too many great budget power forwards or great budget centers in the game compared to the point guard, shooting guard, and especially the small forward position. Like I would say point guard definitely has the most stacked budget position, like definitely has the most stacked budget cards at the point guard position. Small forward is super elite as well, and there is some great budget power forwards. I got the number 2 spot is going to be the Hero Mo Bamba, who's a great power forward, 7 foot with a 7'10" wingspan, plays great defense, you know, super athletic of a card with 92 speed, 92 acceleration. I just think like compared to the other positions, they're going to be a little bit deeper when it does come to the budget cards, because at the number 3 spot is going to be Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender, another repeat card from the small forward list, but once again, he's 7 foot 4 wingspan. I definitely think he can play that power forward position. And then for the number 4 spot is going to be Pink Diamond Dino Raja, who still does have almost an 8-foot wingspan, a great player model in game, a very solid jump shot. Like he's not a bad budget power forward or a bad power forward in general. He's just maybe not compared to the top tier budget point guard, shooting guards, and small forwards in the game, but still a really good all-around budget power forward. And then at the number 5 spot, I will straight up and say, don't think he's that amazing of a card, and that's going to be the Galaxyable DeMarcus Cousins. Not bad. Definitely not a bad card, just not going to be that great of a card. So if you're looking for a budget power forward, I would just recommend these first 4 cards if you're looking for a budget power forward. And then now going on to the last position here, which is going to be the top 5 best budget centers in the game. I do think it's a little bit better than the power forward position. I would say power forward is probably the worst position, the weakest position when it does come to budget cards. But at the number 1 spot is going to be Pink Diamond Peter, such an elite center card for only about 10 to 15k. He's going to be 7'2" with a 7'10" wingspan, an elite level defender, and does have a very solid jump shot, but mainly just going to be here for his size at that center spot. At the number 2 and 3 spot, going to be super close cards. At number 2 is going to be Tyson Chandler, and then another repeat card in Mo Bamba, who I think are very similar. Tyson Chandler, great player model, great defender, and it really just comes down to, between Tyson Chandler and Mo Bamba, it really just comes down to whose jump shot you like more, because they're very similar on defense. Tyson Chandler, an amazing defender though, 98 block, 94 steal, 93 perimeter, 98 interior defense, 92 speed, 92 acceleration. He's also got a 97 strength, 98 vertical. But like I said, I do like Tyson Chandler's jump shot a little bit more than Mo Bamba. And then at the number 4 spot is going to be Hassan Whiteside, just for his size at the center position, plays elite level defense. And then to round off the top 5 best budget centers in the game is going to be the Galaxyable Sabonis. I don't like this card too much, particularly because he's got low speed and a super slow jump shot in my opinion, but I still think he's got to be somewhere in the top 5 best budget center list. But yeah guys, that's going to be the top 5 best budget cards at each position in NBA 2K23 Myteam. These are going to be my top 5 best budget point guards, top 5 best budget shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and then centers as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and it did help you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.